Welcome to Sheikh Hamdan's Fans official channel, where we delve into the captivating world of the royal family dynamics and share the latest updates on Sheikh Hamdan's life. Today, we're thrilled to share with you a heartfelt poem he posted on his Instagram account, revealing the depths of his romantic soul. Let's dive deeper into the emotional words that speak directly to the heart. My father's words about the woman I'm marrying still resonate deeply within me. Not every love story receives a blessing. Some are questioned, tested, and forced to prove their worth before being accepted. Mine was no exception. My father's opinion, shaped by his wisdom and experience, carried immense weight. His approval, once a necessity, now hung in the balance as I revealed my choice. The moment of truth arrived when I first told my father about her. His initial response wasn't what I expected. He listened intently, nodded thoughtfully, but the silence that followed spoke louder than any argument. I knew what he was thinking. She wasn't the woman he had envisioned for me. She didn't fit the mold he had carefully crafted for my future. Doubt crept in, casting a shadow over our relationship. Days turned into weeks, and the silence between us grew thicker. My father never asked about her, never mentioned my engagement, and every moment of his silence chipped away at my confidence. I began to question whether I was making a mistake by seeking his approval. It wasn't just about tradition, it was about knowing that the man who raised me, guided me, and taught me about love, believed I was making the right choice. The wait was agonizing, but finally, my father spoke. His words were unplanned, yet profound. "Son, are you sure about this?" he asked, his voice steady, but his eyes betraying the weight of his concerns. "Do you know what you're doing?" In that moment, I knew this wasn't just about my choice, it was about the kind of love that could withstand doubt, judgment, and the expectations of others. I had only one answer. "Yes, Dad, I do." Those three words spoke volumes about my conviction, my love, and my commitment to the woman who had captured my heart. In that moment, I knew that our love was strong enough to overcome any obstacle, and that my father's approval, though important, was not the only validation we needed. The moment of truth arrived when my father's piercing gaze locked onto mine. His fingers tapped against the table in slow, thoughtful movements, as if weighing the gravity of his next words. I could sense the depth of his concern, the unspoken questions lingering in the air. He wasn't just asking for the sake of asking, he wanted to know if I had truly thought this through. His silence was deafening, a palpable force that hung between us like a challenge. I knew he wasn't sure, that the doubts lingering in his mind threatened to upend the very foundation of our relationship. And then, he spoke, his words a gentle breeze that soothed the tension. "She's different from what I expected," he said, his tone neutral, yet laced with a hint of curiosity. I nodded, waiting for him to continue, my heart pounding in anticipation. "She carries herself in a way that's unique," he added, his eyes narrowing slightly as if searching for the right words. "She doesn't fit the mold of the woman I thought you'd end up with." The weight behind his words was unmistakable, a testament to the expectations he had harbored for me, the life he had envisioned, but for me, her differences were the very reason I loved her. She was a breath of fresh air, a whirlwind that swept into my life and turned everything upside down. And yet, I knew my father's concerns weren't unfounded. He had always imagined a certain type of woman for me, one who matched the world he had built for me, one who came from the same traditions, the same expectations. "What matters is how she makes you feel," he said finally, his voice low and measured. "Tell me this. When you're with her, do you feel like you're enough?" The question caught me off guard, a surprise attack that left me reeling. But without hesitation, I answered, "Yes, Dad, she does." My father's nod was slow, deliberate, as if weighing my words against some internal metric. And then, for the first time since I had told him about her, he smiled. It was a small smile, a tentative one, but it was there, a shift, a sign that something in him had softened. "Then that's what matters," he said finally, his words careful, measured. "A marriage isn't about what looks good on paper. It isn't about what people expect. It isn't even about who fits into the life you thought you'd have." He looked at me, his gaze steady, his eyes burning with a deep understanding. "It's about who stands by you when everything falls apart," he continued, his voice low, husky. "I've seen men marry the right woman, the perfect match, the one that checked all the boxes. And you know what? Some of them were miserable." I nodded, understanding exactly what he meant, because love wasn't about perfection, it was about presence. It was about the person who held you together when the world around you seemed to be falling apart. And in that moment, I knew that my father understood, that he saw the love I shared with her, and that he would eventually come to accept her as a part of our family. When the world tried to break me, she was the safe haven that held me together. My father's voice was laced with a deeper understanding, his words carrying the weight of experience. "Does she see the real you?" he asked, his tone softer, yet more profound. "Not just the version you show the world, not just the man people expect you to be," he continued. "Does she see you?" I didn't hesitate. My response was a testament to the depth of our connection. "Yes, Dad, she does." His eyes locked onto mine, searching for the truth behind my words. After a long, contemplative moment, he nodded slowly, his expression a mix of understanding and acceptance. "Then you have my blessing," he said, his voice firm, yet gentle. It wasn't a dramatic declaration, but a simple statement that meant the world to me. My father, the man whose approval I had feared I might never get, had just given me exactly what I needed. In that moment, I realized that his blessing was more than just a nod of approval. It was a gesture of understanding, a recognition that I had found my partner, my friend, my soulmate. He wasn't just giving me his blessing, he was giving me his trust, his respect, and his understanding. "Just remember, love alone isn't enough," he said, his voice firm, yet guiding. "Love is powerful, but marriage isn't just about how you feel today. It's about what happens when things change, when life tests you, when love alone isn't enough to hold it together." His words were a reminder that marriage was a journey, not a destination. I nodded, letting his words sink in, knowing that he was right. Love had brought us here, but commitment would carry us forward. And I was ready for that. "I know, Dad," I said, my voice filled with conviction. "And I still choose her." His eyes locked onto mine, and I saw a glimmer of understanding, of acceptance. "Then you already know what matters," he said, his tone softer, his expression a mix of pride and understanding. "You know that marriage is about choosing a partner, not just a feeling. You know that it's about commitment, trust, and understanding." His words were a testament to the depth of our conversation, a reminder that his approval was not just about agreeing with my choice, but about knowing that I had thought it through. As I sat there, letting the moment settle, I realized that I had everything I needed. His words, his blessing, his trust, and most importantly, the woman I was about to spend the rest of my life with. The weight of his words still lingered in the air, a reminder of the journey that lay ahead, but I was ready, knowing that I had found my partner, my friend, my soulmate. The air was thick with anticipation as I waited for my father's response. For so long, I had prepared myself for resistance, doubt, and the possibility that he would never truly accept the woman I chose. But instead, he surprised me with his blessing and trust. Yet, there was something in his eyes, a thought unspoken, something he hadn't yet said. I waited, sensing that there was more to come. And then, he spoke, his voice steady, but laced with a depth of experience and wisdom. "Son, marriage is more than just choosing the right person," he said. "It's not just about how she makes you feel now, it's about how you both handle what's coming, the unexpected, the struggles, the sacrifices neither of you can see yet." His words were a gentle warning, a preparation for the journey ahead. I nodded, absorbing every word, knowing that he was right. Love was easy when things were simple, but marriage was tested in the moments that no one warned you about. "I know, Dad, and I'm ready," I said, my voice firm with conviction. He looked at me, his expression softening, but his words carrying weight. "Then make sure she's ready too." His question caught me off guard, but I knew the answer. "Does she know who you are at your worst?" he asked, his eyes searching mine. I thought about it, really thought about it, and the answer came easily. "Yes, she knows," I said, my voice filled with confidence. He held my gaze for a long moment before nodding, a small smile on his face. "Then you have nothing to prove to me," he said, his voice simple, yet profound. It was a moment of acceptance, a moment of truth. His words settled between us, heavier than I expected, a reminder that marriage wasn't about the easy days, but about who stands beside you when life becomes unpredictable. My father's words were a gentle reminder, a truth I couldn't ignore. He was making sure I understood that before I took this step. And then, he asked me one more question, his tone quieter, more personal. "Does she challenge you?" he asked, his eyes searching mine. I frowned slightly, unsure of what he meant. "Love isn't just about comfort," he explained, his voice patient. "It's not just about finding someone who agrees with you, who makes life smooth. A real partner will challenge you to be better." I sat with that for a moment, and then, without hesitation, I nodded. "Yes, she does. Because she wasn't afraid to call me out when I needed it, to push me to be more than what I was yesterday." "Then you've made the right choice," he said, his voice firm, his expression a testament to his acceptance. There was no dramatic pause, no hesitation, just a simple nod, an acknowledgement that I wasn't just following my heart, but making a decision that would shape the rest of my life. I had expected resistance, I had feared rejection, but instead, I had received something I never thought I needed, reassurance that this wasn't just love, but right. And now, I could move forward, without looking back, knowing that I had my father's blessing, and more important, gently, my own conviction. As I stood up to leave, my father's words still lingered in my mind. I felt a sense of relief, a sense of freedom, knowing that I had his approval. But more than that, I felt a sense of gratitude, knowing that he had given me something far more valuable than just his blessing. He had given me his wisdom, his experience, and his love. I walked out of the room, feeling like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I knew that the journey ahead wouldn't be easy, that marriage would bring its own set of challenges and struggles. But I also knew that I was ready, that I had found my partner, my friend, my soulmate. And with my father's blessing, I knew that I could face whatever came next, knowing that I had the love and support of my family behind me. If you enjoyed this heartfelt and emotional journey, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Your support means the world to us, and we're grateful to have you as part of our community. By subscribing, you'll get access to more inspiring content, including love stories, relationship advice, and personal growth tips. So hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and let's connect on this journey of love, life, and self-discovery.